So, I'm a stupid dog. Me and the man spent an enormous amount of time watching Columbo reruns that we've already seen so many times, we know it by heart. One of the things we're trying to always do is sift out, those dudes who go to the streams and they get their pans and they pan for golden nuggets. We're trying to always find something we didn't see before. We're always trying to get a new experience from the same old, same old. We know these Columbos by heart. We've seen them each 12, 15 times. We're always trying to find a little nugget. Most times you find a little nugget. Half the time, stupid dog, on the 6th or 7th episode, you figure the whole thing out. You're like, oh my God, I had it wrong the whole time. I couldn't figure out how Columbo figured it out. Now I know how Columbo figured it out. It's crazy. Anyways, one of the other themes is people are always pulling crap because they're so arrogant. They think they can get away with murder. Obviously, that's the whole point of the thing. And they think they can solve their problems with murder. So they're all a bunch of what they call psychopaths. They don't have any empathy. They don't think the same rules apply to them. But also the other thing is, you deep down, part of the writers that were writing these Columbo episodes, and they were, directing these Columbo episodes, they were acting in the Columbo episodes, they're all the grips and the grunts and the laborers that were behind the scenes and the extras and all the little tit for tats and everything that was really cool to flesh it out and make it more believable and make you suspend your disbelief, whatever they call that. Back from the college days, the man would always talk about, when I went to college, I went to the community college, they always talk about suspended disbelief in movie appreciation class. Movie appreciation class, back then when the man was going, they watched a bunch of Hill Street Blues episodes and they mixed in some Starsky and Hutch and a few Love Boats and a few Charlie's Angels. Anyways, it doesn't matter. One of the weirdest parts of appreciating Columbo is a lot of times in Columbo, the male figure is justified in killing the female figure. They make the cuckold male the protagonist, and they, whatever you call the opposite of the protagonist, the antagonist, the woman who's cuckolding the man. She doesn't have no disrespect for him. He's like, hey, emotionally, I'm justified in killing you. And Columbo has to come in and figure it out. He figures it out pretty quick in those cases because he knows the man was getting reamed. And this bitch thought it was okay to fornicate and adulterize and become a harlot, and put him through the ringer. But he's like, hey, it's a machismo thing. It's a male dominance thing. It's 1970-something kind of a thing where if you want to cheat on me, you're going to wind up dead, bitch. So figure it out. But I'm not saying it's right. In this day of our Lord 2024, the women could fornicate. They could do whatever they want. The men halfway fornicate. And back then, the men could fornicate. The women were supposed to accept it. But if the women fornicated, the men were at leisure, at their leisure, they were permitted to commit murder and be still the sympathetic part of the whole thing. The man's like, hey, I lost my cool. I strangled her. What? She was fornicating. She was doing other dudes. So what? I killed her. Do you blame me? And the whole episode is like, yeah, no, we don't really blame you. It's not really that bad. Maybe if you got off scot-free, it would be better. You're a sympathetic part of the whole thing. But in these Columbos, when you get a fornicating, adulterating Jezebel, and she gets strangled in her own house, half the crowd's pulling for the man who did it. He's like, oh, God, I hope he gets off scot-free. He was the sympathetic character. He was the A side. And the cheating bitch, she was the B side. So whatever, it's all right. Still, Columbo comes along and he corrects everything. Columbo's like an angel. He's like, yeah, no, you don't get to kill her. You have to forgive her. You have to move on with your life. Why would you ruin your whole life, go to prison, and become a buggery? You go to prison because you killed your wife, you're going to become a buggery. Some dudes are going to start buggering you at their will. Whereas if you just got divorced, you took your half, she got her half, you go on with your lives, and you were wealthy. All these people, they live in Beverly Hills, they would have gotten better women anyways. They would have got younger women. Maybe they would have gone through the whole thing, the cycle, but they would have a good few weeks, a few months, a few years of, tapping some really sweet ass and, being happy with trophy women, trophy wives. I don't know. To me, it's like, it's like a standard. It's like this guy, this milquetoast son of a bitch, he strangled this woman, and he's supposed to be the sympathetic, he's supposed to be the protagonist. The other one's the antagonist, whatever you call it when they're the bad one. I don't know. I'm a yuck stupid dog. I'm trying to figure it out. I can't figure it out. I don't understand what's going on. I'm just a yuck stupid dog, and really take it with a grain of salt. Nothing what I'm saying makes any sense. Bottom line, if you want to start taking away your adherence, dropping us from your adherence, we're up to 850 some adherents, but as soon as we get to 859, we start losing one here, one there, one there. We're down to like 856. 856 adherents for us is beautiful, but if it's going to be 854 tomorrow, I shouldn't be saying all these grody things. I shouldn't be having a misogynistic view. I shouldn't be discussing. I don't believe in this misogynistic. You understand? I do not believe in this misogynistic view. I'm just saying that's what existed. That's how they did it then. It's worth noting. It's interesting. It propels you to a different time. And what you're trying to do is figure things out. You're like studying the past and learning about the future. I don't know. We're all in this together, and we're all against AI. Remember that much. We're all in this together, and we're all against Russia, probably in China, and we're all against AI. Don't worry about it. It's all right. It's. I wish I could say it's going to be okay, but it's all right anyways.